Righty, for the tube. Say what up, tube.
What up, tube?
What up, tube? How's it going?
No more echo.
No echo. No echo. All right. And last but certainly not least, for the pod. Y'all ready to rock it and roll it?
Intro.
Did you give him the good rundown?
I gave him the rundown.
All right, good, because Saturday we forgot.
I know. I was my
I know. It is what it is. All right, for the show, let's get ready to rock and roll it in 3, 2, and 1.
Welcome to another episode of Business Bros. Woo! Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Hernancias here, host of the Business Bros podcast, along with my co-host,
the insurance bro, James C.S. with Pipeline Insurance. And as always, on this beautiful, can't wait for this sunset Monday, we have another fun-filled show just for you. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Let's go.
Hailing originally from Rockville, Maryland, and now having been here in San Diego for the past 5 years, today's guest has a special perspective that will benefit our service members. Being a military spouse, this real estate expert has first-hand knowledge of military moves and especially the challenges that face the service member's spouse and families. And if that's not enough for you, he's also a huge animal lover and has created a nonprofit animal rescue organization. Coming to us with a big old heart, new to Big Block but not to the real estate game, please welcome Andres Arrazola Diaz.
Wow. That was
Impressive, huh?
Yeah, I can see
Worth the wait?
Oh,
Worth the wait.
absolutely, man. Killed it.
You just got to let him do his little thing and then
Oh,
he'll
and
get going.
I forgot to mention, Gio's helping paw is the animal rescue. My bad.
Here we go.
Oh, there you go. You got to throw it in. Ladies and
Gotta throw that
gents,
in.
I can't forget a big thank you to everybody for all your shoe donations. We have exceeded the 365 pairs of shoes that we were shooting for this year. We're still collecting them. If you got them, hit James up, 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. But I think for next year, we're working on a new project. Maybe the same one. I don't know exactly.
The same one, but I think we're just going to add to it. I'm thinking next year we got to get some coats and some blankets, because we know damn well that that's what the homeless peoples need. And yeah, I mean, other stuff that we can help out.
So we will see what happens. In the meantime, just remember, James is also the insurance guy.
bro.
So, the insurance bro. I should just say insurance bro, huh?
Yeah. I
Pipeline
mean,
Insurance
come on
is
now.
our insurance agency. So if you guys need help with your home, your auto, your commercial, your general liability, workers' comp, whatever it is you need, or maybe you want to add insurance into your business.
Ooh.
So we want to cut you a check, but you got to figure out how that's done. You got to hit James up, 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. Also, show sponsor for today is Casanova Fish Tacos. Ladies and gents,
Tacos.
they have the Underground Fish Taco Club. Now, that means it's exclusive. You got to know somebody, and you know us. Our video was filmed this weekend. It was cool. Hopefully, you guys checked it out on our Instagram at Business Bros Pod or Facebook. It was probably on there too. But anyways, we're gonna be launching the parody here very soon. Wednesday, we're gonna finish up some videos and then editing, and boom, you guys have the opportunity to click on a link, get into the Underground Fish Taco place, and if you have an event coming up, birthday party, wedding, quinceañera, something like that, that's who you want to hit up, casanovafishtacos.com. Make sure you let them know that the Business Bros sent you.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gents, let's get into the show.
Let's do
You
it.
ready, Andres?
I think so, yeah.
All right, man. Let's start off like I start off every single show. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do, and how'd you get into the whole puppy thing, saving the animals?
It all kind of just like started off. I met my wife in Maryland in high school. She actually went to the Naval Academy, right?
Wait, y'all were high school sweethearts?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dang,
Yeah.
all right, that's cool.
Right. So she went to the Naval Academy. We were both going to school and everything. She graduated, and she picked San Diego as her first duty station. And I was like, man, San Diego sounds bomb. Like,
Of course.
right? Like,
You didn't even
I
taste
was
the kind of stuff fries in. You knew it was
I
going to
was
be
like,
bomb.
can I come? And she
Can
was
I
like,
come?
of course, yeah. So we came out here for about 5 years ago now, and my family is actually in real estate back in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really appreciated it. You never really want to do what your parents do. You want to do something on your own, things like that. And then all of a sudden, it's like I get to San Diego and like, holy crap, like this
House prices are ridiculous.
Well, and you know what's so funny, that back in Maryland, in the area that we live, like 45 minutes away from DC, the house prices are comparable. So it wasn't that big of a sticker shock for me, but the beauty of the city was just like took me away.
What's the biggest thing that like probably you came in like instantly you knew that this was different than anywhere else?
Yo, I landed at the airport and I, like that first like ride from the airport to like the hotel. I was like, this is it.
That's it.
I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
I hear people trip out when they land in the airport because it goes over the city.
It is insane. Because, especially back in the East Coast, I think most of the airports are really far away from the city. Mm-hmm. So you don't really, it takes you like another 30 minutes to get back into the city. So literally just landing and being here and being next to the water.
That's it. You're
like,
there.
I was like, holy, like, this is insane.
No, dude. And we just hosted a couple weeks. Anna, the lady from Italy, the same thing. She said on the way here, she was landing. She was freaking out because she's like, oh my God. Like, I'm going. She thought she was going to crash into a building or something.
Right.
I was like, for me, this is normal. Like, this is the only airport I really know.
Exactly. No, like, even just going like through Balboa and seeing all the buildings and stuff, you're like, wow, I'm really close to the ground. Like, is this it? So whenever like we have friends and family coming over, I was like, if you can, try to take try to fly in during the day. And they're like, why? Like, what does it matter? I'm just gonna get the cheapest tickets. Like, no, like it's worth it. Like either you fly out or you're flying in during the day so you can see it. And they're like, okay, that makes sense.
Dude, it's a beautiful like if you come in like during this time and you see the glimmer of the sun on the water.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it is nice.
It's just funny because, like, when I was, like, landing, I was like, oh, it's all desert. Like, oh, my gosh, like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, boom, it's, like, snaps and, like, it becomes a beautiful city. The water's right there. It's really incredible.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about, like, San Diego itself. You're literally, like, 30 minutes from everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go to the mountains? 30 minutes. You want to go to the beach? Like,
you can literally see the mountains from, like, downtown.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's insane. You're like, wow, it's right there.
And the weather changes so much, too. Like, you're at the beach, it's like 70, 75, whatever.
Yeah.
You just go inland a little bit. You're at East Lake, it's like 95.
It took me a little bit to get adjusted to like the Weather Channel, how they always break it up. I was like, what are they talking about? Like the mountain, the inland, the coast. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Now you understand. You're like, oh, okay. But the other thing is like where it's located. Like I remember I flew into Kansas City once and I was just watching the news channel and they had the news like, you know, how the whole area, man, it all looked like land. Like I couldn't tell where there's anything.
Exactly.
Like there's no water line or no coastline, nothing. Like I don't know where I'm at.
I remember being like growing up in Maryland and taking 3 hours to go to the beach.
Oh.
Yeah.
3 hours, bro.
So when you got to the beach, you were like, I'm going to get to the beach and I'm literally going to spend the whole like day here.
Yeah.
Because you got to make it worth it. You know, over here, it's like you have the beach so close.
You'll never go.
You take it for granted.
Yeah, you never go.
It's like, it's nice that it's there, but like, too much of a hassle. Like, but like the thing is that now that I'm like getting like, you know, older and like really experiencing it, I go there for like walks. You know, you have to make it like a big thing. You can like I love taking my dog to go to the beach. My bulldog loves to like attack the rocks, so she'll dip her face and just like pick at all the rocks. So it's things like that back in Maryland you couldn't do. You know?
Oh, dude, we grew up in IB, so for us, like the beach was a normal thing. Like that's just where we went all the time, right? I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the way, I got a little bougie, and like I'm like, oh, I don't want to get my feet all sandy. You know, like
it's dirty.
It's dirty. Yeah. Well, no, dude. So you mentioned the Bulldogs, and when you're flying into the airport in San Diego, there's also a new building that's nice and done up with some Bulldogs over there, the Bata-Ferguson building.
Oh yeah, I know.
So they got a lot of Bulldogs. Tell me a little bit about
insured by Pipeline Insurance.
Insured by Pipeline Insurance. That's right. So tell me like a little bit about like your affinity for these dogs.
So it's funny, like growing up, I always liked the bigger dogs, Rottweilers, Dobermans, things like that. My wife was actually the one that really got me into the Bulldogs. When we moved out here, we had the new apartment, we had like this lifestyle, everything, but we were really missing like a dog. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, she just was like, I love Bulldogs. I want to get a Bulldog. And we got our first Bulldog. This was probably a couple months after moving to San Diego. And unfortunately, after we got him, he only lived with us for 2.5, like less than 2 years.
What happened to him?
He had an autoimmune disease.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So like right after that first year, like he started withering away.
Is it common for Bulldogs to get like? I hear a lot of things about Bulldogs getting sick.
They really just don't do a good job breeding them. And even when they do, it's really tough because a lot of them, the ones that the runs of the litter, things like that, will come smaller. Will come with like internal issues and things like that you can't really tell.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It's literally like a time clock. It'll just like when it hits, and then like that's when all the issues will start coming in.
Oh.
But we fell in love with the breed, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
crazy. So you fell in love with the breed, and then we started reaching out to a lot of bulldog rescues, and then we actually partnered up with SoCal Bulldog Rescue. That's how we met Dan, and we really just hit it off. We haven't worked with Dan as much as we want to. He has the new building coming up, like you mentioned, and he's really just opening up the doors for us to come in and do events with him and things like that. But we want to get to a point where we're comfortable that we can, bring in that people or that notoriety that people know us and things like that. We want to grow ourselves, and it's just been pretty crazy. So after Gio passed, we were really left like wondering, what are we gonna do? You have a lot of energy, especially with a dog that has so many needs. It becomes literally like a baby. You're putting a lot of time, a lot of money,
emptiness.
Exactly. You have so much empty, so you want to get out there. And we noticed that a lot of people didn't know what to do with their dog when they couldn't keep them, especially the military families. They move to Japan and you can't take your dog to Japan, things like that. So a lot of the families will, scramble and be like, I either put him in the streets or take him to a shelter if I can't find somebody to take this dog. So we created Gio's Helping Paw as an initiative to help people literally just inform of the other options that you can get there. We noticed that when dogs go into the shelter, they get a lot of behavioral issues. So it becomes probably 10 times harder for them to get adopted. And we noticed that if we can, talk to the owner right away before they get that, frantic moment, we can work with them, probably find a foster or a permanent home before they get to go to the shelter.
So you guys are almost like a dating service for these.
Like a matchmaker.
Like a matchmaker, right?
I mean, that's what you do in real estate too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you find the perfect match for your client with the house, and the same thing.
Same type of thing.
And then we work with a lot of military personnel. Just having my wife as like a good outreach for everybody just connects us so much. And then when we created Gio's Helping Paw, we noticed that a lot of people want to volunteer, but they don't know how. Right? They want to do I'll see all these sad videos on Facebook. They're like, man, I really wish I could go to Tijuana and help the dogs out, something. Yeah. But they can't. You either don't have enough time, your work, money, things like that. So what we did was, it's okay. We're like, if you can help us transport a dog, if you can help us maybe foster him for a week, not even a week, it could be a weekend. If we have a lot of interest, we can get a dog in and then get him adopted out probably within a weekend. Is
it a process that you have to go through? How are you finding people that are looking for?
It found us. We started Gio's Helping Paw, and I would say within a couple months we were getting messages of people that couldn't keep their dogs. A lot of low-income people, and my wife is extremely good at social media, and she would just start. We would go out, do a photo shoot with the dog, post them on Facebook, Instagram, and we would get messages back saying we're interested in adopting, and we're like, holy moly, this is pretty insane. So we're big advocates of small acts of kindness can save a life. Even if you can, like I was saying, transport or even foster, you can literally share our post. And maybe that person that sees your post, because he shared mine, could be the person that adopts a dog.
So you don't actually have to do anything other than click the share button, and you can be saved.
That's a huge thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Just sharing it. We had our second adoption event yesterday. We had 10 adoptable dogs that we teamed up with 2 rescues. So that's another thing. So with the things that we've noticed is kind of come to us. We really haven't. We've been very fortunate in the fact that we don't have to go out there that much because there's just already so much there to do.
Yeah.
That if we can help out rescues promoting their dogs, it's huge. It's really a big thing because they're already pulling the dogs. They're already keeping the dogs with other, outside of the shelter. The little thing that we could do is help you guys promote whatever dog needs, on your home.
So tell me, it's got to be tough to see some of these animals come in and you not want to keep them all yourself.
It's funny you say that. So after our boy passed, we started working with SoCal Bulldog Rescue. And they're a huge bulldog rescue, just strictly bulldog, based in Santa Ana. But we saw that there was a huge presence missing in San Diego. And we reached out to them. We were like, how can we help? And they were like, oh, like you're considered an empty house. And then we have a lot of bulldogs that can't be home with other bulldogs or any type of dog. Can you foster for us? I was like, sure, let's go ahead and foster. Let's see how that goes. We'll be that house that will take in the dogs that can't be with other dogs. we fostered Lulu, was our first bulldog that we fostered. And I would say within 5 months, we adopted her. So that plan ran right out the door.
That's a long-term foster, bro.
Yeah, we were just like, well, she's older. She was 10 at the time. Her owner had passed away. So things like that a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah.
It's like, what happens to the dog when the owner passes away? You know, like who takes care of them?
It's true.
So this is where a lot of the rescue comes in. It could be owner surrenders. It can be, things like that. So she's with us now. And then when we started the rescue, we actually started going to shelters, high kill shelters up in Riverside, things like that. And we would see dogs, like about to get put down. And we were like, man, we have to do something. Like, we have to at least start posting it. We have to do something. And by us posting, we got a huge feedback of people being like, wow, I'll adopt a dog. Like, if, and then luckily enough, the military don't have to pay adoption fees.
Oh.
Yeah, military, and I think they just made it statewide. California is like one of the first states that statewide, it's free adoption for military personnel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did see that the other day.
Yeah.
So if you want a dog, I'll get you one.
So pretty much that's what we said. We're like,
Rosa, are you listening?
Yeah. we'll go pick up the dogs for you.
Yeah. I got you.
Exactly.
All free.
All free.
All free. Yeah.
Woo. I got my niece Katie that comes over every once in a while.
That's good enough. That's like me telling mom, you don't need a grandkid from me. You got Katie.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically the same thing.
Basically.
Family, we don't need a dog. We got James. He brings Katie over every once in a while.
Katie's James's Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Oh, beautiful dog.
Yeah, she's 8 years old, about 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Does she like the water?
She will dip her feet.
Okay, there's some Ridgebacks that like go in there and like love it.
No, she doesn't love it.
Okay.
She'll dip her feet though.
Gotcha. Okay, nice. She's big.
She is. She's a big girl.
Yeah,
She's a big girl.
She's well fed.
That too. She gets her bacon bits, breakfast in the morning, and throw whatever leftover bacon is over there.
Yeah, she's happy. She's happy. Dog.
She's happy. Last night she had pizza crust.
Everything she shouldn't have. Yeah, it's perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect.
She's a good girl. She deserves it.
She is. All right. So I mean, with the whole shelter thing and like fostering dogs and that sort of stuff, like, isn't there like a risk that you have to worry about with some of these dogs coming in?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, that's one of the biggest scares when you go into rescue a dog. You don't know. The shelter does very minimal behavior analysis and things like that. So you really don't know what you're getting, which is kind of like has bit us in the ass a couple times.
Quite literally sometimes.
Yeah. So after our first trip, we had 3 dogs that we were gonna pull out. And when we got there, they were like, all right, we're pulling out a husky and 2 chihuahuas. And they were like, no, you can't do that. You're only limited 1. It's like, no. We already signed the papers. It's done. All right. So they gave us a hard time. We did. We ended up with a huge husky, 2 chihuahuas in the back of the car. And I was like, this is insane. This is nuts. I don't know how it happened. But we got them all adopted. Yeah, within that first weekend that they were at our house, we put the chihuahuas in the closets, and then we just let the husky, because he had some separation anxiety, so he was just roaming around the house. But man, the word just spread like wildfire, especially with the military, my wife's connections. Everyone was sharing it.
Huskies are beautiful dogs.
The husky got adopted. We took him all the way to Temecula. One of the other dogs was. The older Chihuahua went to IB, just like that. It was literally just like random people just sharing, and literally just like we were like, wow, we did that. Like after that, we were like, wow,
we can do it again.
Holy moly, and we did do it again. But since then, we've learned a lot. So we pulled out another dog. His name was Bill. He looked like a Great Dane mix, kind of like a Rottweiler mix. And you could tell this dog had been abused. Like, you could tell he had been through a lot of crap. We pulled him out. Ribs were showing, hips were showing. Had some like tears in his ears. We were like, man, this is like really, really. This is worse than we saw in the video. Yeah, this is worse than we saw in the video. Oh man, we bring him to the house and we have those sliding glass doors, the mirror ones, and he attacks the glass door out of nowhere.
Just like he thought he saw another dog and it was himself.
He thought it was himself, dude. He freaked out. We were like, oh, I looked at my wife. I was like, what did we do, bro? This is insane.
This dog's possessed.
Yeah, I was like, yo. Man, it was literally like the craziest roller coaster ride with this dog. We were so fortunate to have made a lot of connections with SoCal Bulldog Rescue. We had a huge supporter. She covered all the costs for training. It was probably close to $3,000 for like 2 weeks. He was there. He learned all the basics. Man, it was like crazy. But he still has that, anxiety with other dogs, and he had separation anxiety. So, we placed him with a foster, and then that foster didn't work out. So we were like, man, like we have a bigger house, we have a big yard. Let's try it. Like we'll bring him over. We'll work with him. He already has a lot of foundational because of the training. Let's see what we could do with some patience and some more space. We bring him and we leave him in the backyard. We're walking him probably 8 times a day, just to keep him in the routine, get him tired, so he's not freaking out in the backyard. Bro, I would say 3 months into it, we ended up keeping him. Yeah. He is amazing now.
The time is 21 minutes and 4 seconds. We interrupt today's regularly scheduled #1 podcast in San Diego for a purely selfish, completely irreverent, sell-out cash grab word from our sponsor. Hernan, what are we selling today?
Fish tacos.
Fish tacos.
Ladies and gents, I know you guys got parties coming up. You got holiday events. You got work, corporate events. You got stuff that's going on. Food is of the essence. If you have good food, the event will be a good time. So make sure you guys take care of everybody at your event with Casanova Fish Tacos. Make sure you guys go to casanovafishtacos.com. Book your event today. Get it squared away. Best fish tacos in San Diego.
Fourth best in the country.
Fourth best in the country, as voted.
That's it.
Right? Yeah.
It's like official?
It's like
It's
official. It's official.
So all you need is a whistle?
All you need is a whistle. It's official. All you need is a whistle. CasanovaFishTacos.com is where you want to go. Make sure you let them know the business bros sent you.
And now, back to the #1 podcast in San Diego, the Business Bros Pod.
So that's how it works then, right? You foster a dog, fall in love,
Pretty much.
keep dog.
And you see with us now. We have 2 dogs that don't get along with each other. So we bought a house in Chula Vista, South San Diego. And primarily was because the backyard had a good access to the garage. Mm-hmm. And then the bulldog could be inside the house. So that's pretty much my life now.
2 dogs that don't like each other.
At all. Except on walks, which is funny. Because we've trained them.
On walks they're good.
Walks are fine. Like together.
But at home, they're like, get away from me.
They're like, don't even come like near me.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
James, you got to share with us your experience. James got more than 1 animal at home.
Oh, yeah. I have actually 3.
3 animals.
Nice.
3, yeah. So the fun one was the most recent addition. My wife's cat. Well, actually, both the cats are my wife's cat. Let's get that straight.
The cats are not mine.
The cats are not mine. But the newest one, his name is Bast, and he and Katie, they tolerate each other mostly. But Katie has a tendency every once in a while to get a little excited. She sees food or she thinks we're going for a walk or anything like that. And she'll just be bouncing around and like, well, come on, we're going, we're doing something.
You walk your cats?
No, I walk the dog.
Oh.
The dog's
no. The dog is Katie.
Okay,
the dog is Katie.
Got it.
And she'll just get all excited.
Yeah.
And she's got a vicious tail, man. If you know anything about Rhodesian Ridgeback, she's got a vicious tail. She has broken cups that are like on the coffee table or whatever. Just that tail just whacks it, and there it goes. Yep. But when she gets like that, the cat's like.
Yeah, that weird energy. It's like, too much right now.
Way too much. But it'll be like super random too. Like it'll be late at night. It'll be 2:00 in the morning or whatever. and Katie like gets up to like readjust or something, and the cat's like and like wants to kill Katie.
It's like World War III every night.
Yeah. It's wild, but you know, that's what you get when you have dogs and cats in the bed in the house.
Animals that don't get along, dude.
Animals that don't get along.
It's funny, and I thought I would never be like that person. I was like, oh my, I would never have a dog that can't get enough. Like, I just want all of them to be a happy family and things like that. But man, you really don't know what life throws at you sometimes, you know?
For real.
Yeah.
All right. You got to tell people what can they do to help? Like, how do they get a hold of you guys if they want to
social media,
adopt something or
social media? We work with a lot of rescues here in San Diego, and we partnered. Like I was saying, we had an adoption event yesterday at Yipao Coffee. It's a Colombian coffee in University Heights. They let us use their whole like little lot there. We had actually a vegan vendor, Spoiled Vegans, come out. They served breakfast all morning. We had the dogs. They were there from 11 to 2. We had the 2 rescues come bring their dogs. We probably had like 10 dogs there. It's a lot more for exposure. Mm-hmm. You know, getting out to the community, letting people know that you're there. Obviously, because the adoption process is a little bit, you can't just take the dog, right?
Yes.
We do home checks. We do the application. We want to know who we're giving this dog to, because it's a kind of a scary cycle for most dogs when they're not vetted. You know, so you'll pull the dog out from the shelter, you'll get it adopted, and if that owner is not well educated or well, you know, first I guess, and what they have to do with the dog, the dog can go right back to the shelter.
Really?
Just like that, yeah. If it happens so many times, people really like don't understand. And we learned that a lot from SoCal Bulldog Rescue. They're very intense about doing the home checks, about, you know, really knowing what it takes to especially take care of a bulldog, which is completely different than a dog.
Because they have more health issues.
They have a lot more health issues, a lot more demands. But it's funny because with those demands also comes a lot of things that you don't have to do. Like with a lot of the shepherd dogs and things that need a lot of activity, bulldogs don't need that, right? So you can easily have a bulldog in an apartment and he'll be completely fine. So things like that, people really just have to understand that it is very important to know what breed you're getting. You know, there's a lot of huskies in the shelters. A lot. Why? Because
they shed.
No, you would think that, right? Well, maybe. Some people. Who knows? But the primarily reason that we hear is because they start destroying things because they have a lot of energy. They have a huge drive.
They want to get out and go and do.
Exactly. And people just don't want to do that. We have great friends that actually have 2 huskies, but they're outside almost every single day running like 5 miles a day. You know, so that's a perfect fit for them. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to do that, you might consider another dog. You know, things like that.
Something less active. Exactly.
Just the dog's not going to change you, honestly. People think, oh, if I get this type of dog, I'm going to go out and run more.
No, you're not.
It's not. It's not. You're literally get a dog that's going to fit your lifestyle and go from there.
I like that.
Yeah.
Get a dog that fits your lifestyle. This is why I don't have a dog.
Boo.
Boo. My dog, I mean, I run 3 miles a day, but it's on the treadmill. It's not going to be out in the street. No, I do
fun.
love dogs, but like grandchildren, I love to have them for a while and then give them back. Right? That's the whole perks of, you know, having niece dogs.
Niece dogs.
You get to give them back.
Yeah. Dog sit or whatever.
Dog sit, whatever it's gonna be like
buy
that.
them treats and stuff, but not like actual food.
I'll go to Walmart and like I'll be walking down, you know, getting all groceries or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I gotta pick up some treats for Katie.
There you go.
And my wife looks at me like, that's not even your dog. I'm like, Katie loves me in the treats. That's my dog.
It's a special thing.
That's why she loves you.
That's why she loves me.
Exactly.
All right, dude. We're going to do the Ask the Bros section.
Cool.
All right, so think of a question that you want to ask us, personal or business. And while you think of that, I'm going to remind our listeners, ladies and gents, thank you very much for the 365 pairs of shoes. If you still have any shoes that you need collecting, let us know. 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. He'll ride over in his Harley and pick those shoes up from you. James is also the insurance bro. So if you guys need some general liability, workers' comp, I don't know, home, auto, commercial, whatever it is that you need when it comes to the insurance world, make sure you hit James up. We can also add insurance into your business. We'll do all the heavy lifting. We'll do all that insurance stuff, the back end stuff. We just got to have access to your book, and you got to do a couple things to make sure that we can cut you a check. Hit James up 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com to find out how. Show sponsor for today is Casanova Fish Tacos. Make sure you guys get yours. It's fish taco time in San Diego. There are all kinds of different fish tacos, but none that I've tasted that are this big and this delicious with so many different flavors. Make sure you guys check them out, casanovafishtacos.com. Make sure you let them know the Business Bros sent you. Book them as soon as you can for your events. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, I mean, I guess you guys probably get this question a lot, but why'd you guys start this?
Why did we start this? Go ahead, take it.
Because I owed him a big favor. Because when I joined the Navy,
I was going to ask you.
When I joined the Navy, it was after I got my heart broken. So I was like, F this, I'm out. But
the Navy broke your heart?
No. A girl broke my heart. Girl broke my heart,
and then the Navy broke his heart. Or broke him.
I don't know. If anything, the Navy manned me up.
There you go.
Navy did a lot of really great things for me, including, providing me the opportunity to get my education, after college, see the world, great friends, and really, like I said, man up, discipline and just a lot of
get the job
growing up things.
How to fold his clothes.
But seriously, I still fold my clothes Navy style, by the way. But when I joined after getting my heart broken, Hernan and I had a business together that I was, I guess, a central part of.
It was a computer repair business, and I didn't know anything about computers. He did.
I was the computer guy. And so I basically was like, well, business is yours. The houses are yours. I'm out of here. And so, because of my ditching him that way.
I basically went broke.
Yeah.
So I went
filed
broke.
bankruptcy, the whole works.
It was the worst financial position I could ever be in, but also the best education I ever got.
How long ago was that?
That was 2005.
So even before the recession.
2006 was when I joined the
Navy.
Navy.
It was before the recession.
Yeah, man.
But it was cool. I mean, it was cool in the sense that was the time that the turning point for me. At that point, I realized, holy crap, there's this thing called taxes. Oh my gosh. What the heck is a marketing contract? Like, oh my God, a lease? I have to pay for the full 3 years, even though I've only been here like a year and a half. Like, all these things that you didn't know because you don't know. Of course. Like, I learned the hard way, but I learned, right? And so after that, it was like, well, next time I do it, I'm gonna do it better. Right? I'm gonna do it right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so
when I got out of the Navy, we're building another insurance company, and luckily, he didn't hate me after all that. So I come home and we're still working together, building another business.
There you go.
And basically, I'm like, I owe you. I'm never gonna ditch you like that again. First of all, but whatever you need, I got you. And so Nan started listening to a lot of Gary Vee, which that's going to be the next one.
It's going to be the next parody.
It's going to be the next parody. It's going to be one for Gary Vee, so be on the lookout for that one. And also Tim and Julie Harris and just, Grant Cardone, all kinds of influencers that said start a podcast, create content, et cetera, et cetera. So Nan says to me one day, he says, all right, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start a podcast. I said, all right, that's cool. He said, and we're going to do it every day. I said, we're going to do what?
Yeah.
We're going to do what? And since July 13th of last year, we have been here every day, Monday through Friday, recording a new episode. So this one is number 340?
40, I think, 340.
Wow,
340.
man, congrats.
So stick-to-itiveness.
Stick-to-itiveness, discipline, consistency, all that good stuff. So that's why.
I'm more consistent than 90% of you podcasters out there. It's one of my Slim Shady lines coming up.
It's coming. It's going to be a great one.
Good question, dude. Good question.
Yeah.
It's always fun. We always have to take a different angle approach to why did we start the podcast?
Yeah.
But it's always good. It's always
such
good.
a common question that you get, but it really just answers good time to reflect on it too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Why? What have you accomplished so far? What are you gonna do? Do you guys have anything moving forward that you guys are looking to do?
Yeah. I'm turning the podcast has opened up many opportunities. One in the sense that we have an audience
Right.
now. Like we have quite a large audience. So how do you take advantage of that audience? And one of the ways that we're doing it is, so his baby is the insurance company. My newest baby is going to be an ad agency built around the podcast.
Nice.
And so I'm starting it off by doing parodies for companies
Gotcha.
like fish tacos, and the next one that's going to come out after that is I wrote The Real Slim Shady, and I did it all about Gary Vee. And my goal is to get enough attention, put it in front of enough VaynerMedia employee people, and try to get Gary Vee to be in the parody. That's the goal. So we'll see how it drops if that happens.
Fingers
So,
crossed.
fingers
ladies and
crossed.
gentlemen.
That happens?
Hey, on that note, if everybody listening would share that once that actually comes out, like that would be super dope.
And it's Eminem, so that's like my iconic favorite rapper of all time.
That's tough to
So to parody that one, to do
Yeah.
it, I mean, the lyrics I came up with, they're pretty good. I would say they're pretty good. So we'll see if I can get all the cadences in right and make it sound
up there with Weird Al.
I would say they're better.
I would say I've got some good stuff.
Isn't he like the guy for parodies, right?
He is.
Weird Al?
Well, at
Yeah.
least he was.
Right.
I haven't seen him do some stuff in a while, but
It's been a hot minute.
it's been a hot minute. But
long time ago in a galaxy
far
far
away.
away.
Yeah, exactly.
Naboo was under an attack.
So,
All right, I'm done.
But hey, we'll see what
I
happens.
should totally do that for karaoke.
You should do that.
I totally should. All right, that's going
Done.
on the list.
That's going on Thursday.
That's going on the list.
On SHIT,
probably,
right?
Probably going to happen on Thursday.
There you go.
All right,
I
ladies
love
and
it.
gents. Let's- hey, man, thanks for coming on the show.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. And real quick, I want you to look at this camera.
Cool.
Right here. And tell people how to get a hold of you if they want to, work with you in real estate, even though we didn't talk real estate much.
Yeah.
But or donate a dog, help rescue a dog or adopt a dog.
Yeah, if you're looking to adopt, foster, help us, even just volunteer your time, things like that, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram on Gio's Helping Paw. If you're looking, to buy a house, or even just find out if to get pre-approved, you can always message me. I have an Instagram, Facebook, all that social media stuff. You can call me directly. My number is 202-329-7759.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck to the Chargers tonight. Actually, big Patrick Mahomes fan. So we'll see what
Wow.
happens. I got a tour.
bittersweet.
I got
Wow.
I got a bittersweet here because
Wow, you're wearing a Chargers jersey.
I am wearing
and
a
talking about
Chargers
being
jersey.
A Patrick Mahomes fan.
I'm wearing a Chargers jersey. I'm wearing a Phillip Rivers jersey. It's still my dog. But the Chargers did leave our city.
They did. They
and
still
so
broken
it still
hearts.
hurts a
So
little
it's
bit.
okay if, like, they can get
So
spanked
if
a
they
little
get
bit.
spanked a little
There you
bit
go.
and have some losing seasons, maybe a billionaire will buy them and bring them home. So in the meantime, if
Any
the Chargers,
billionaires out there want to bring them home? Come on.
Yep.
Let's
If
do
the
it.
Chargers win, then the Raiders move up to first place. Not a good scenario for us. We don't really
Nope.
like the Raider fans, right?
Nope, still.
And if we lose, the Chiefs stay in first place. And hey, I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan. The guy's a cool guy. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens tonight. I'll tell you what, Travis Kelce, Damian Williams better get some points. That's what I'm after tonight. So
I have Travis too.
No matter what happens, that's what we're looking for. All right, ladies and gents, that's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye-bye. Spread positivity, everybody.
And we're out.
Bye-bye. Bye, Facebook. Love you. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out.